right now I think that I might be. Pick myself up and I just go again. There ain't nothing that be stopping my dream. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go, just tell me something. In this life I'm only needing one thing, and I think that might be you, my dear. I'll take you somewhere where the sun shines bright from the day to the night time. Hope you hear me loud and clear, cause I think I'm lost without you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Yeah. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. Of course, my name is AJ, one of the mentors here at Bit Trading, and today, as always, we are going to run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We are going to take a look at what is currently going on within the markets, what I'm currently doing, what I've done, of course, and then, of course, what I am looking for as well in these markets. So, of course, extract some profits out of these markets, because ultimately that is the goal, right? That is the goal every day coming into these markets, and it's not always easy, okay, but it is possible, okay, it is possible, but it does take time. So we will talk about all of that juicy stuff. Of course. So if that does sound interesting, please do smash a thumbs up on the live stream. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you, of course. But enough of that. Let's jump into it. Let's take a look at what is going on, and currently what I am looking at. Okay, so let's start off with how I was positioned, okay, because at this moment in time I am in no trades whatsoever, okay, absolutely no trades, but we did have a trade planned, okay, and I did actually enter into a trade, and that was actually a short trade up here, okay. I did actually enter into a short trade up here. I had this short trade planned, okay, and unfortunately, okay, I did take a loss on this short trade, right, it's something that I look at and, okay, I say to myself, right, probabilities did not play out this time around. Okay, again, this game is based off of probabilities, right? Not, certainties and definites. Okay, this is probabilities. And I don't look at this loss and think, okay, what have I done wrong here? I need to break it down and never do this again. Absolutely not. Right. I look at this and I say, okay, I liked what I was looking at here. Okay. And what I was seeing here is, what I would initially look for when taking a trade anyway. Okay. So, for me, it was all looking good. Okay. Probabilities, again, like I said, just didn't play out in our favor this time around. And of course, we'll have a little bit of a breakdown of it again and take a look at, what really happened. So, let's take a look. Let's scroll up. So, where are we? So here, okay, this was yesterday, pretty much 9 a.m. Okay, another 1 a.m. SFP with trapped traders. Okay, so yeah, this was another 1 a.m. SFP. Right, the reason I said this is because there was a previous 1 a.m. SFP, which we saw right here, okay, which was actually the long trade that I did actually have planned. So if we pull up the naked point of control, we can see we had, which is now tapped, right? We had a naked point of control at 60,145. This for me was a level of interest, a level that I was interested in trading, not the, not my preferred level, okay, but if I saw what I wanted to see here, right, this was a potential level to, of course, trade. Now, at 1 a.m., right, if we take a look at the lower time frame, we can see here, yeah, okay. Later on in the evening, we started to lose this level, right? But then it was around 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, where we started to actually reclaim this naked point of control, right? Whilst also reclaiming, right, the previous pivot point, right, that previous low. All right, so if we go out back to the higher time frames, where are we here? Okay, so we started to reclaim, these two levels of interest, okay, at around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So of course I was asleep at that time, so I did not manage to get this long trade in, right? But right, we had short trades actually opening up down here, not a huge amount, but we did have short trades. And at the same time, we had quite a few long trades getting wrecked as well. So in my eyes, looking at this, right, yes, there is a reason for price to rise. This is what I was saying, when price was actually down here after we were seeing a bit of a pump, I was saying as well, right, there is actually a reason for price to rise, not a huge reason. Okay, it's not like a huge reason for price to rise, but it was a reason for price to rise. Okay, so of course, this would have been a really nice long trade. As you can see, got a really nice move towards the upside. Just unfortunately, that trade did present itself to us at 1 a.m. Now, of course, yeah, I could have entered in a bit later, but by the time I was at the charts and I'd done my analysis, right, in my eyes, the risk to reward ratio on this trade just wasn't too great, which is why I didn't enter into this. Okay. Now, of course, we saw price rise, and then we came up to this level of interest that, of course, I was interested in shorting, right? And we saw the exact same thing, right? It was literally 1 a.m. If we go into the lower time frame. Midnight, 1 a.m., okay, 2 o'clock, yeah, between like midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning is when we actually formed this like swing failure pattern, okay, depending on, of course, the time frame that you're looking at. But it was late, right? It was very late. And this candle, the actual SFP on the 8 hour was created at, literally 1 a.m. in the morning. For me, looking at this, right, I woke up in the morning, we had a bit of a pullback, and yeah, I decided to take the short trade. The reason why I decided to take the short trade, even though, I even said to the team here, right, just opened a small short here, okay, not the ideal entry, but as risk management is good, it's okay, right? So that's what I was looking at, right? Yeah, okay, it was a bit of a later entry, right, because I was asleep during the actual entry. Okay, but for me, calculating this, my risk management on this trade was good enough, okay, for me. So I was able to take that short trade, okay, without, completely destroying my account, right? I could enter into this quite comfortably. And if I were to take a loss, which I did, of course, right, it was okay. It wasn't really going to affect me, okay? So we did get that. I liked it, right? The reason why I liked it, and I walked through with the team here, is because we had lots of longs open up on the move up. Okay, we had lots of longs. Now, yeah, right. We look at this, and this is very good. Okay, so we had 32 million in this candle. We had 35 in this candle, and at the very high, we had 51 million longs open up. So, of course, this is really good. This is really nice to see. But what happened is that was tapering off. That tapered off. Price started to pull back a little bit, and you can actually see here 13 million. Okay, of those 51 million at the high actually got wrecked. Okay, we actually saw those cover, as in, closing the trade. So for me, looking at this, I was like, okay, this is actually the start of a long squeeze, right? It is. Okay, so I look at this and I think, even looking back on this, okay, and thinking to myself, right, was it the right decision to enter into this short trade? In my opinion, okay, everybody's going to have a different opinion, but in my opinion, and off of my experience, okay, it was the right decision. Okay, it was the right decision. Again, like I said at the start, this time around, probabilities just didn't play out in my favor. Okay, but looking at it still and knowing that I took a loss on this, I can look at this and say, right, this is exactly what I would look for in any other trade. Okay, any other trade. If we talk about, all the previous short trades, right? All the previous short trades here, okay, that we took, right, which were really, really profitable. They were exactly the same. We saw the exact same thing. Lots of long trades open up on the move up, lots of long trades at the high, okay? And of course, we formed some sort of trade entry trigger, some value pattern, failed auction, right? Whatever it was, okay? We formed that, okay? And we had what we wanted to see, right? So previously, I took those trades, and of course, they were previously very, very profitable, right? But, again, this is a game of probabilities. It's not certainties, right? It's probabilities, okay? So, of course, it was looking good, but it just didn't play out in our favor. What then happened, right? Let's have a look at XO charts here. Okay, what actually happened? Well, price started to pull back. Of course, like I said here, 13 million long trades actually did end up covering. Okay, but then price wanted to go up a little bit higher and actually close out, wreck more of the short trades. So then you can see here, 51 million, right, short trades had to cover, right? They had to close, which of course was buying into the market, right? And adding fuel to the fire, pushing price higher, which is kind of what happened, right? So for me, again, I look at this and I think, was I wrong in the decision to short here? I think to myself, absolutely not, right? Anybody can look at this and think, okay, maybe you're stupid for taking a short here. But in my eyes, okay, in my experience, right, especially over the past, few months, okay, it was the correct decision to take a short trade here. Okay, again, just probabilities weren't playing out in my favor. Mr. FFS, what a night, man. Good to see you back, my friend. Did you get a short? I set mine on 68,500, missed it by $86. Yeah, so I did, yeah. I guess I've just been talking about it, right? I did get the short. And unfortunately, yeah, like I said, I did get stopped out of that. Again, it was a good plan, right? I think the trade was a good trade. Again, probabilities just didn't play out in my favor. But yeah, you said 85,500, so you're looking at a little bit higher. Yeah, so we did front run that. We did front run that ever so slightly. But yeah, in the conditions where we are now, I'm not interested in shorting now. So yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not interested in shorting here. Okay, I think that 70k. Okay, I guess this is the topic of today, right? Is what is in the title and in the thumbnail and title, right? 70k, right? I think Bitcoin actually could be heading towards 70k now. I think that is a possibility, right? Okay, we tried the short trade here, and the short trade didn't play out. Okay, and we're actually getting above the major resistance we have above us, right? Which was, of course, that $67,300 level. We've got above that. Okay, we were struggling to get above it previously, but we've now got above it. If we can stay above this, right, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm looking towards like $69,500, which in my eyes isn't all that of an important level. Okay, so then I'm kind of looking to like 70,000, right? Which is, of course, this previous high up here. So in all fairness, right, I'm not actually looking for a short trade anymore. Okay, I've tried it. It didn't work. Fine. I look for higher prices. I look for a short at higher prices. Of course, I wish I was in that long trade. Right? I do wish I was in that long trade that presented itself to us down here. But again, I'm only human. Have to get rest sometimes. So yeah, unfortunately, couldn't get into that long trade. And then yeah, by the time I woken up, sat down at the computer, done the analysis, right, it was a little bit too late because in my eyes, the risk management on the trade wasn't the best, right? Okay, now looking at it, okay, yeah, the risk management would have been good, but you have to factor in everything when entering into a trade, especially if you're entering into a trade at the, well, not at the intended level, okay? Because of course the intended level would have been all the way down here at 60,150, okay? Whereas if you're entering in a little bit up here, okay, you have to factor in, right, where are you actually looking towards, okay? And in my eyes, I was looking at this and I was thinking, right, well, we did have shorts open up, but not a huge amount, okay? We didn't have a huge amount of shorts, so we would have to rely on longs opening up, but you can never rely on trades opening up, in my opinion anyway. You can never rely on trades opening up without a huge portion of the market being wrecked. And in my opinion, yeah, okay, a lot of people got wrecked here, but not a huge portion of the market got wrecked. And when I say a huge portion of the market, I'm looking at like 80 million, 100 million on well, it doesn't even have to be that much, to be honest. Like from like 60 million up, okay, this is on Bybit alone, you have to remember. But yeah, 60 million and above, and we just didn't really see that. So for me, I was calculating this and I was like, okay, could we even target this high? I don't really know. For me, the risk to reward ratio just wasn't too great. That's why I didn't want to enter into the trade late. If I managed to get the trade at the intended level, okay, right, it would have been good. Okay, it would have been a good, it would have been the risk to reward on it, in my opinion, would have been good. Okay, but yeah, we didn't get that, so that is fine. Okay, I just look towards that next trade, and in all honesty, up here, right, if we're going to remain above this $66,500 level, okay, I do believe we're heading towards 70k. Right, I do believe we're heading towards 70k, and then of course that's where we can invalidate that this bearish price action that we've had for quite some time. Right, remember the past 6 months we've been in a downtrend. Okay, we've started to form higher time frame bullish structure. Great, amazing. Okay, if we can then turn this higher time frame bullish structure into breaking the higher time frame bearish structure, great. Okay, we can then look possibly towards all-time high, right? But yeah, we haven't done that yet. Okay, to do that, we need to get to 70k. And like I said, if we can continue this rise up, we can get towards 70k. But if we start to pull back here, okay, and let's say we get below $66,500, yeah, that's when I would be looking again still for a bit of a pullback. I think the pullback, okay, is still on the table, okay, but again, I'm not interested in shorting here. There's no interest for me to short here. If we start to pull back a little bit, okay, maybe I could be interested in entering into a short, right? We'll have to see what happens, right? The reason why, right, I would be interested in a short if price started to pull back a little bit is because I understand how many long trades have opened up on the move up here. Okay, so I know that a long squeeze there's a high chance of a long squeeze, right? And it's exactly like the short trade that I looked at here. Okay, in my opinion, there was a reason for price to pull back because lots of long trades have opened up. We've seen what's happened over the past 6 months, right? With all of these rises up, incredible amounts of long trades, right? And every single time they get wrecked on the move down. Every single time, okay? They got wrecked on the move down, right? That's just been the trend, okay? That has been the trend. So I'm looking to continue to trade that trend until, of course, that trend ends, which would be, above 70k. The last 6 months have shown a bull flag. It's just the case of when does Bitcoin have the breakout? Yeah, so I don't disagree with you there, right? And this is what everybody's looking at, right? Everybody's looking at some sort of bull flag here, and yeah, I guess you could argue that. Let's clear the chart up. Let's make it look a little bit nicer. You could argue that we're actually breaking out now. In all honesty. And again, this is not how I trade, right? This is not how I trade, but I just like to be aware of what retail traders are looking at. Again, I know I'm a retail trader, okay, but I don't class myself as a retail. I don't put myself in that category of a retail trader because I just don't consider myself trading like a retail trader. So yeah, exactly what we're seeing right here. Okay, we're actually technically, it depends how you pull it, really. The mouse is playing up again. But it does depend how you pull it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, if you're pulling it from like here, we're just testing the resistance. If you pull it from here, we're breaking out. So yeah, everybody's going to pull it and have a different opinion on how to pull it. I guess I'd pull it like that a little bit, to be honest with you, because it respects the lower boundaries a little bit more. But you could also pull it like that, and then you're breaking out, okay? And that's probably why we're seeing a lot of long trades open up actually here, okay? Because people are, first of all, anticipating, right, the breakout, but at the same time, maybe people are already saying that we are breaking out of this bull flag, okay? But again, this is a retail trading pattern. This is where we have to be a little bit careful, and this is, why I will be looking for a short at around $70,000. I know, I know I'll probably get a lot of stick for that, right? But I just know what everybody is thinking, right? The whole market is thinking this is a bull flag, right? Even myself, right? I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, yes, this is a bull flag, but am I trading it as a bull flag? Absolutely not, right? Because that's, the retail style of trading. Okay, and I know how that ends, right? So I'm looking now for, all right, what are traders doing here? What are retail traders doing here? Are they longing this? Okay, and at the moment we are seeing that, right? We are seeing those longs. Okay, and it's the case of, okay, right, do we continue to see longs open up on the breakout? Do we then come into the resistance, okay, wherever it is, all-time high, 70K, whatever level of resistance? Do we continue to see longs open up there? And then do we see price start to reverse a little bit, maybe form some sort of swing value pattern, failed auction, okay? If we do, right, then of course we would have to, in my opinion, be looking for a short trade, because then we can expect one big long squeeze, right? Because again, this is just how the markets work, right? When everybody's thinking the same thing, when everybody's doing the same thing, price tends to do the opposite, right? So if we're seeing a lot of long trades open up here, a lot of long trades opening up at the high, retail is screaming on about this as a bull flag, and we're breaking out. We're going to 80K, 100K, 120K, 200K. Those crazy price targets. What are they going to do, though? They're going to over leverage, over position themselves, right? And they're going to make it very, very easy for themselves to get wrecked, but also very, very easy for price to pull back. We've seen it again recently, all right? If you've been following the channel for the past 6 months, you will know, okay? And if you've been listening to what I've been saying, you will know, right? We know all of these moves up. Of course, we longed them, right? But we longed the low, right? What has everybody else been doing, right? Everybody else has been, FOMO longing, okay, and over positioning, over leveraging themselves, right? And then what do we see? We see a very, very quick move down. We've seen it multiple times, and they get wrecked. Okay, so this is just what I'm being a little bit cautious of. I'm not sat here saying, right, this bull flag isn't going to play out. We're not going to go to all-time high, right? I'm just saying, right, let's be cautious here. Okay, this is exactly what I'm doing, right? Because of course I'm trading this. Right, I'm putting money on the line here, and of course I want to be prepared as possible, okay, so that I can mitigate as much risk as possible, okay, and so that I can extract as much profit as possible, okay. So I am being very cautious. I know there's a lot of long trades that have opened up already, right? If we continue to see a lot of long trades open up, great, right? We see higher prices, fine. Okay, but then if we're seeing lots of long trades open up into resistance and then price begins to pull back, this is where I get a little bit wary, okay? Because again, like I've showed you many times here, okay, and we've traded many times here as well, right? We get these huge, big long squeezes, right, where no shorts are coming in, okay? Again, no shorts shorted here, right? Yeah, okay, there were probably a few million shorts that opened up here, but in the grand scheme of things, nobody was really shorting on the move down. Right, what was causing the move down? Well, it was all the long trades that were covering. Long trades covering means selling into the market, pushing price lower. So none of this price action here was wanted by anybody. Okay, there was a select few, right, including ourselves, who wanted this. Okay, and the ones who actually did short it. Okay, but the majority of people did not want to see these big pullbacks. Why? Because the majority of the people were in a long position. Okay, so for me, again, like I said, if we're going to see lots of longs opening up into resistance, lots of longs opening up at resistance, price starts to pull back, then we know what is going to happen. We know we're probably going to see a big long squeeze like this. Okay, we just know that's going to happen. Why? Because it happens time and time again. Because retail traders do not learn. Okay, traders who are retail traders and trade like retail traders do not learn. Right? They will FOMO, they will over position, they will over leverage. Okay, and that is the quickest way to get wrecked in these markets. Okay, and they do it time and time and time and time again. Okay, and all we do here is look for that, and we look to take advantage of that and exploit that. Okay, and it plays out the majority of the time, not all the time. Again, it's a game of probabilities, but it plays out the majority of the time. And you know the statistics on it are how many retail traders lose money. Okay, 90% of them, 95% of them lose money. Okay, literally like 90 to 95% of the time, right? They consistently lose money. Okay, there's more unprofitable traders out there than there is profitable traders. Okay, what are the profitable traders doing? Well, they're doing the opposite of what the unprofitable traders are doing. Okay, so if you're looking at what the majority of traders are doing, okay, which are again the unprofitable lot, okay, because there are more unprofitable traders than profitable traders, okay, and then you do the opposite of what the majority of the people are doing, then of course, what are you doing? Well, you're doing what the profitable traders are doing, okay? You're doing what the small percentage of the market is doing, and the majority of the time that is right. Not all of the time, okay? Not all of the time, right? But the majority of the time, right? It's logic, really. I say this all the time. These markets are just logic, right? That's all it is. Logic, common sense. That's how I view the markets, right? Just common sense, right? If you view it that way, you'll have a much, much, much better understanding of the markets, okay? But you, of course, need to have that common sense in the market, meaning that you need to have the knowledge, right, of why price is moving, what is moving price, okay? And you can only get that from looking at some sort of order flow, right? Yeah, you can guess why price is rising. You can guess why price is pulling back. But again, it's only a guess, right? When you're looking at something like order flow, you know what traders are doing. Once you know what traders are doing, okay, then you have common sense in the market, right? Because then you know why price is moving. Right, short from 70k back down to the trend line to test support, then off to the races. Oh, that, yeah, I didn't mention that, but that's a possibility, 100%. And this is what, again, something that we see a lot of the time as well, where I feel like I did mention this not that long ago, but let's see a move up, right? Then a move back down, okay? Then a move back up, 100%, right? Well, it's not 100% it's going to do that, right? But yeah, that is something that could play out. Okay, I do not disagree with that at all. Okay, I do not disagree with that at all. Okay, and the reason why I do not disagree with that is because the market doesn't always have to completely wipe out all traders. Okay, for example, this move up here, we wiped out all of the long trades. This move up, we wiped out all of the long trades. This move up, we wiped out all of the long trades. This move up, we wiped out a little bit more than half, okay, of the long trades. Why? Okay, because there was a big institution, there was a big player here. How did we know this? Because we saw absorption. There was a big player absorbing all of those sells, right, buying them all up, and of course, that pushed the price higher. Okay, that's what we saw. Okay, and again, we don't have to see all traders getting wrecked all of the time. Okay, this is a perfect example. We didn't wreck every single long trade. We wrecked the majority of them, but we didn't wreck them all. Okay, and the same thing could happen here. Okay, lots of long trades have opened up from here, right? But we may get long trades, lots of long trades up here. Price pulls back. We wreck only these long trades that have opened up in this period here. Okay, then maybe we get some sort of absorption here. Right, and then price, like Mr. FFS, what a nightmare, said, okay, off to the races. That's a possibility. We do not all of the time have to wreck. And this is probably something that I don't say enough, right? We don't always have to wreck all of the traders, right? This move up here, right? We got a bit, we shorted this, right? We got a bit of a long squeeze, right? But we didn't squeeze out all of the longs from lower prices because we don't have to, okay? We don't have to do it. Right, a lot of the time we do it. Okay, we wreck all of the traders. Okay, but that's when we're kind of in that bearish structure. But now, of course, we're in higher time frame bullish structure. Okay, Sentiment is a little bit more bullish now. I say still bearish in the broader market perspective. Reason being is just because we're in bearish structure, we haven't broken it yet. Okay, a little bit more locally. Okay, we're actually looking bullish here. Okay, we are actually looking bullish here, and we are getting large absorption down here. Okay, so all of the sales that are coming in, right, are getting absorbed by bigger players. Okay, they are, and of course, once all of the once there's no more. There's not enough. Once all of the cells have been absorbed, okay, then that's when you can go off to the races. Okay, so for me, it's like, right, yeah. If I do look for a short trade at 70k, it doesn't mean I'm looking all the way back down to 50k, right? It's like, I'm not, I never like to really put a price target on anything. When I'm entering into a trade, I'll have levels of interest where I'm looking to take profit, but I don't really have a price target. Okay, it's not really how I like to do things. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll say this. I'm looking at take profit here. I'm looking at take profit here, but it's never a set target. Okay, exactly like for example, the short trades here. I wasn't looking for a specific price. I was just saying, okay, a new low, right? That's kind of how I'm looking at it, right? Because I don't know the exact price target price is going to go to. Okay, it's just about understanding where there could be a pivot point, right? That's kind of how I look at it, right? Where could there be a pivot point? Where could be a good take profit? Kind of like that, right? So yeah, lots of long trades open up as we continue higher. Lots of long trades open up into resistance. We get a bit of a long squeeze. Price continues high. Yeah, I'm open to that. Very, very open to that. There's a possibility. Okay, same as there is a possibility that we could just get a huge crash down. That's also a possibility as well. There are so many possibilities in this market that you can't really cover them all. But yeah, you just have to kind of work out which one is most probable to play out. Bitcoin looks strong, no weakness at the moment. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how long you've been here for, Damien. We were talking about the short trade that I took, and it's like, back then, okay, it was, we were, in my opinion, showing a bit of weakness. We had lots of long trades opening up. We started to actually see, like I said here, we started to see some long trades actually close out here. So yeah, for me, there was a bit of weakness there. That's why I took the trade. But yeah, now we're not really seeing any weakness. I mean, we're actually seeing shorts open up here. And I mean, that's actually, for me, looking a little bit bullish, okay, in my opinion. I don't see, I just don't see a real reason for price to pull back here. Okay, and we're actually giving me more of a reason to think that price can go higher because we're seeing shorts open up. Of course, right, we've seen 25 million longs open up here, but this is what you want to see for a good move up. It hasn't been the best move up, I have to admit. We've seen lots of longs open up, hasn't been the best move up though. But yeah, I don't really see any signs of weakness at this moment in time. So yeah, I do agree with you there. But yeah, we'll just see. It's just patience. Again, I'm not in any positions at this moment in time anymore. It's patience for me, right? It's patience. Let's see. And I think, yeah, we can look towards 70k here, unless we start to get a bit of a pullback. Maybe we get like a failed auction. Okay, and that's when I think, okay, right, maybe we could get a bit of a pullback here. That's the only real sign of weakness that I could be looking for, in all honesty. Other than that, yeah, it's looking pretty strong here, to be honest with you. Yeah, retail seeing that trend line of the bull flag just above, just about to smash. Oh, sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Yeah, retail seeing that trend line of that bull flag just about to smash higher at 70k. Exactly. Yeah, so yeah, like exactly what I had pulled up here. That's what a lot of retail traders are probably looking at. Resistance. Maybe a portion of them are shorting, a lot of them are longing. A lot of them are long from here on the anticipation that we will break out. Okay, and then of course, if we start to break out, we are going to see a lot of long trades open up. Okay, we are. Of course, it's not a definite, but again, experience that I've gained in these markets, I've seen it happen so many times where we see breakouts of huge patterns like this that the whole market is looking at, and we see an incredible amount of long trades open up. SFP of 70k looks good. Yeah, so SFP of 70k or an FA of 70k, either one of those could offer a nice little pullback or a bigger pullback. Who knows? If we do not see it there, okay, then it's like, okay, we're looking to the levels towards the upside or even all-time high, okay, for a possible much bigger short trade. That's what we could possibly kind of be looking at, to be honest with you. And it's like, I remember back here. Because 2021, this was towards the end of 2021, and this was actually the start of the bear market, right? Towards the start of 2022, the end of 2021 and 2022, that's when I actually started to see consistent profits in these markets. That's when I actually started to, and we were in a bear market, and I was taking a lot of shorts, not just shorts, but I was also taking longs. But yeah, one of the big trades that I actually took from back here was actually, first of all, a short trade from here. Okay, that was a nice short trade. I remember that one. And then we came back up and we formed a bit of a failed auction / swing failure pattern on here. It was a failed auction, to be honest with you, that I was looking at. And then this was a huge short trade. Of course, I closed a lot of it, but I still left a little bit open. And I took that, pretty much down to 40k, I think it was. But yeah, this is again like something that we have to be aware of as well, right? We've seen these big failed auctions. We've seen these big swing failure patterns of all-time highs before. We've seen it here, and off of experience again, like I made a lot of profit on this move down. Okay, a lot of profit on this move down. It was the order flow that was giving me all of this information, right? The order flow back here, I can't even remember, okay, the exact number. Okay, but the amount of long trades that opened up here, I can't even look at it anymore because it's so far back now, and you just won't be able to see it, not even on the desktop version. But the amount of long trades that we saw open up here was just incredible, right? And this is when I was kind of first getting into order flow, like I was said. Well, not when I was first getting in, but when I first started to consistently see profits, right? And this was just like, that emoji with the star eyes. It was, or the love heart eyes. It was lit. My face was like that. It was just the absurd amount of long trades that opened up here. Okay. And the absurd amount of long trades that would just open up all the way down here. Okay. And once we saw that, I very confidently entered into a short trade up there. And it was a very, very nice trade. That's just something that I wish I could show you, because back then I wasn't actually recording or sharing any of my trades or anything. I don't have any screenshots of it, unfortunately, but I wish I could show you the order flow back there. But yeah, this is just like from, again, experience and trading that back there. It's like, okay, right, if we're going to see the same thing here, it's looking good for a short trade. You got Confluence at 70k, value area high, and previous all-time high at 69,300-ish. Decent SFP. Yes, so we do have that. I did forget about that, to be honest with you. Thank you for bringing that up. So we do. Oh, I deleted it. I probably deleted it, haven't I? Yeah, let's just recycle this one then. What's going on? There we go. Right, so we have at 70k. There you go, bang on 70k. We've got that value area high. So yeah, the confluence there is really, really good. Watch like 300 million longs at 70k. Yeah, exactly. Piling the sheep. Literally, Damien, literally. Spot on. My Doge long trade is up, man. 17% move in a couple of days. Yeah, so Damien, actually took a really, really nice long trade. I think it was in the altcoin TA. So this was, let's have a little look at Doge then. It's going to be, I always, right, here it is. Where are altcoins there? I've still not completely used to how TradingView has updated this thing. I'm getting used to it though. Dogecoin, here we go. So yeah, Damien was looking at this. So yeah, Damien put a really, really nice trade in here. So 0.011. Okay, 0.011. Look where we are. 0.127. Okay, so yeah, we are getting ever so close to that first intended target, which of course is that high. Okay, this high right here that Damien was looking for. Okay, so we're getting very, very close to that. Yeah, so that's an absolutely amazing trade. I can look at this and I can see, yeah, we've got a 3 drives pattern formed here. Again, 3 drives pattern. I haven't traded those in like a year. I haven't traded 3 drive patterns in a very long time, but we can see that's kind of what we got there. But yeah, amazing from Damien there. Really, really nice. And I mean, if we're going to continue to see Bitcoin rise, we could see. Even to all-time high, we could see Doge, hit those higher price targets that Damien's got here. Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out, of course. But yeah, smashed it there, Damien. Absolutely smashed it there. But yeah, going back to what you were saying as well. It's gonna be a 3-digit number. But a 3-digit number before the 3-digit number, and when we're up here, it's going to be a lot, or should I say, yeah, a 3-digit number here. Okay, a 3-digit number here. It probably will be. It probably will be. I have to agree with you there. I cannot disagree with you. I don't think anybody who understands this can disagree with you there. It's probably what we'll see. And if we do not get 3 digits, it'll be very, very close to 3 digits. Yeah, we'll have to see if we do end up getting up there. But yeah, it's something, especially like all-time high as well. Just the amount of people, okay, who and I see it with. I see it with my friends as well, right? I've been in this since 2020. I'm trying to remember the exact. So it was COVID. Okay. I can't remember what. Where are we? Where's COVID? All the way back here, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. So I can't remember what part. It was probably March, to be honest with you. Or was it the start of April? It was end of March, start of April. This is like when I started to get into crypto here. And yeah, the amount of my friends that spoke to me, okay, about it and said, do you think that I should invest in it? Because of course I was, speaking about what I was doing, and I was getting in here really, 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 in my eyes, early. I know it was, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that early, but in my eyes, it was early. The amount of, my friends that were saying to me, should I get in now? And I would say to them, yeah, in my opinion, I think it's a good bet. Okay. Because again, back there, I was kind of just betting. I didn't have any sort of strategy, but yeah, I did say it was a pretty good bet. And yeah, for me, it did pay off really, really well. Unfortunately, all of that I made there, I did end up losing. But yeah, it was really, really nice. And then, what actually happened is all of my friends that were saying, that were asking me, should I buy here? And they didn't end up buying, because I can tell you now, none of them did. They all say that to me till this day. And then up here, they were saying to me, I wish I bought when I was speaking to you about it, and I said I was going to buy some, and I didn't. And yeah, it was yeah, something that I was quite proud of, because of course I made quite a lot of money here. But then, like I said, I did lose it all again when I came across leverage trading. So yeah, but yeah, then up here, right? Guess who started buying? Right? Guess who started buying? All of them started buying. They were telling me, "Oh, I bought some Bitcoin, put some money in Bitcoin," and then guess what happens? We saw price go down, and it's kind of kind of feeling the same thing here as well, where there's people that I speak to about it, and it's like, okay, then they're even down here. One of my friends, he's gone off to Australia now. He's he's trying to become a captain of a yacht. Okay. But yeah, he was speaking to me about it quite a few months ago, and we were down here at like $28,000-$30,000. And I was saying, yeah, do you know what, mate? Like, I can't give you financial advice, but if it was me, I would. Right, if it was me. And he kept on putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. Each week he was saying, "No, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, put it off, put it off, put it off." Price came up here, and it was his leaving due a few weeks ago. And yeah, he was like, "Oh mate, I just wish I put it into crypto." And then I ended up getting a message saying up that he put it into crypto. Okay. And when I start to see, what I'm trying to get at here is, when I start to see things like this, again, I can see it in my own friendship group, right? And you see it in the broader market as well. But when I start to see these people entering into crypto quite late, this is when I think, this is kind of lining up for something quite messy. Okay, something quite messy, exactly like the example I showed you of this here. Okay, this right here, this huge failed auction / swing failure pattern, whichever one you're taking it from, right? And we get this huge move down, right? This is something that we have to be aware of. Again, I'm not sitting here saying this is going to happen. I just sitting here and I'm saying this is something that I am looking out for, because I understand that it's happened before. Okay, and it will happen again, right? Because retail traders do the same thing again. Like Damien said, we're probably going to see millions upon millions upon millions of longs open up, whether it be 70K, whether it be all-time high, wherever it is, we're going to see a lot of long trades open up. And what have I just done? I've just pulled a cable. I have just pulled a cable. We are back. There we go. I just pulled a cable and everything turned off for a second. But yeah, spot on 3 drives. Everyone goes all in at resistance at technical levels, just how the operator of the market drives emotion and fear of missing out. FOMO. Yeah, emotion. Yeah, exactly. This is all retail traders do, and kind of what I'm trying to get at with what I've been saying, right, is that they all get in too late, right? They all get in. They all say they're going to get in, okay, when it's a good time to get in, but then when they actually decide to get in, it's kind of already too late, right? And I kind of use the example that I used with my friendship group. It's like, that's kind of a bit of a sign to me that we're coming to the end. Okay, again, I'm not saying it doesn't mean it's the end, but it just it gives me those vibes, right? Because I know what's happened before. That's why I'm saying that. But we can very much go to. I still don't think 100K is impossible this time around. But yeah, I just like to be realistic in these markets. I don't like to over price predict. But yeah, I think I will leave that there, to be honest with you. I think I've talked about everything I want to talk about. We've been live for 50 minutes now. So yeah, I think I'll probably leave that there. Just a quick look at the stock market. I'm in a bit of a rise, so that could be nice for Bitcoin. Maybe we can see a continuation higher. But yeah, next level of importance, of course, is that 70K area. And of course, if I do end up shorting it, if I do end up entering into another trade, of course, as always, the team will be the first people to know about it. As always, that's where I give all of my trades away. That's where I update the team in the time as things are playing out. Of course, daily market updates, all of that good stuff. So yeah, if you want access to that, first link in the description. But yeah, if you haven't smashed that thumbs up button already, please do. And yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream. Sorry, yesterday I wasn't able to come live. I got caught up with something, and yeah, I was just it was too late by the time I yeah had some spare time on my hands. So yeah, I will definitely be doing it tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your day, and yeah, see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home.